Hey there, fellow prison guards. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld, the Boundless Witch. Episode 26. The kid in our prison just ain't quite right. As far as their ideology, I don't think their ideology involves any apostasy or anything like that. So that shouldn't... And we're also animal personhood both. So that might even make it a little bit easier. Oh, but they're a cannibal. Wait. Okay. They believe in animal personhood, but they don't believe that people are good. So they eat people, not animals. Got it. Pretty weird, but got it. So now, most of Gakken's needs are probably met. There is a bit of a temperature issue, so we have wood. I'm going to set up a passive cooler to help out a little bit in that spot. I'm also going to set up a passive cooler here, because we can cut down trees for whatever we need. Oh, wow, steel. Nice. Yeah, I'll do probably a big old tree cut soon. There we go. Little Gakken. They're sick? Wait, what are you sick with? Toxic buildup? Well, there's no toxins in that room, at least. And then you also have tattered apparel. So the tattered apparel I can solve. I'm going to make a parka for you and strip everything else off. So if we did a force convert, it would be a 27% reduction. So let's hit that now. Down to 20%. This should be quick. Being a wimpy genie makes this a lot easier. Now, the other thing to note about the genie is they will have extra pain. They are dead calm, so they're never going to try to escape. They're never going to be good at plants or animals or social, but they will be probably very helpful once 13 in research, because they start off at 8. And then also be very good at crafting. So they'll be a good fabricator. And yeah, basically the next time we talk to them, they convert, and then we'll recruit. Shouldn't be too hard, I don't think. And I'm still not. I don't have a freezer for the adults. We don't have split air conditioning yet, so I'm not even considering ghoulifying until I have the means to keep a humanoid meat supply for a ghoul available. Now I just need a plant person or an agrahand. I could invest in agrahans and have Witch not have to do it herself. This is the other map tile, don't care. I haven't forgotten that an agrahand would be very handy in this instance, but that means heat waves on the other map tile. That means investing, of course, in more fabrication, because I don't have the components to do agrahand-like stuff yet. Not all in daytime. Why are you just constantly up during daytime? You're like literally your schedule to sleep. So already converted. Okay, that was not hard. And taking a look at their needs. We have not yet made the parka, so let's do the parka now. That will help raise their mood. Crud. That should have been turned off a while ago. Alright, question for you all. Should I get geothermal? So it's a lot of invested research. I won't lie about that. But it's reliable sources of power, and there's 2 geysers really close to our base that could be tapped. But it would mean that we would not be quickly researching fabrication for things like bionics, which would massively aid Fangface. And also potentially Morrow, because Morrow is a body modder and would be happy with bionics as well. So it comes with some downsides, not insignificant ones too, if we were to go that route. Okay. Force. Target to wear Kid Parka. For Gakken. And then right as you stand there, stop. Strip. Now wear it. And then you put that back on. They put their other clothing on too quickly. I'll have to do that again. Because they stuck tattered pants back on. Stop wearing that. Yeah. So now they're not unhappily nude. You don't have an uncovered groin? What are you talking about? Your private parts are behind a parka. I know it's a little like, ha-ha, but still. Whatever. I can make kid pants. I think, well, instead I'm just going to do a kid jumper. Does Morrow... Morrow has the same issue. Okay, so let's do 2 jumpers, too. Rompers, rather. 2 rompers. Don't make it out of dread leather. That would be weird. And yeah, we are going to be delivering food and chatting and all that stuff. So it looks like we're going to pivot to geothermal. Away from fabrication. Noted. And that's going to be... So I'm going to get a bunch of components in order to facilitate that. Once my wardening duties are resolved. Tribute collector. Well, I don't have enough gold to make any difference here. So, yeah, there's no tribute. I was going to say I could donate gold because 1 more honor and I hit novice. But, I'm not going to be able to go to the other map tel and mine that gold and come back with the collector still here. 0 chance of that. So if anything, hopefully this tribute collector decides to exit south and clear out the turrets for me. That'd be pretty cool. God, trying to get these kids to clean up after themselves. So I turned on the electric pump. I saw that our water supply was a little low, and the pump should help. I also noticed that Silver Knight... So I think the moods have been consistently bad enough recently that I'm going to allow for recreation hours scheduled in to try to help with that. Just make yourself at home. Stupid adults. A bulk goods trader. I have a lot of, like, tattered clothing that could probably be sold.
Let's see. I still need to smelt that slice cap. Yeah, is there anything I want to buy? Peaceable backgammon. Okay. Not really. I wouldn't mind a fluffalote, but I think at some point I'll probably get the option to tame one, so I'm not going to bother with that. I don't see any... like, a turret pack would be, like, pretty handy, but I don't know if it's worth the price tag. You know, maybe it is. I'll buy it for Witch. As, like, a insurance policy over catastrophe. Kids need chocolate? Yeah, maybe we'll have a chocolate grove at some point. That's a research project to be queued up at some point. Yeah, turret pack. She's also going to need a lab coat pretty soon, too. So let's have her focus on tailoring a little bit. And I'll add a lab coat, because her lab coat's about to wear out. We do have the cotton. Oh, wow, another one. Alright. This one is the Northwestern Company. I would really like that penoxycycline, but given that we don't have a vitals monitor yet, I think what I'll do is I'll just bite the bullet to buy a little bit of components for a vitals monitor just in case. And then to get a vitals monitor paired with the hospital bed in case of some sort of catastrophe. I think that's probably worth it. Ah, and they're exiting east. Boo. If I really want these turrets gone, I could pretty easily invest in a smoke launcher and just do it myself, machining up one. Because I already have the technology for smoke launching. Because turrets can't fire on you if you have smoke. And make a breach axe, make a smoke launcher, and clear it myself. It's just like, it's... I'd rather just keep it there, because if I get raided by, like, humans, they'll go fight the turrets for me and die, and it takes the pressure off of me, which I'm all about. So, it's fine, in other words. And this bed's good. It's going to look a little weird, but what I want to do is I want to fill in the holes here with granite where we're mining. Kid rompers are done. So you go force Gawkin to wear that one, and then Morrow will wear the other one. And I'll cleared forest eventually. But this is so that they don't feel like the privates are hanging out, which probably a good thing. So your needs are met, other than the one meal that you're due. Oh, well... Okay. Witch, go move that bed. So this is Gawkin's bed that will become... move there, and then move that hospital bed here. And then Fangface, get in the hospital bed. I bought the components for the vitals monitor as if I could predict the future. So 10 quality, 69%. And then the real advantage of the vital monitor is you have an immunity gain speed factor of 2%, which doesn't sound like much. But a lot of the times, for diseases, you're neck and neck with the disease, and 2% puts you, like, well ahead of it, so that you don't really run a death risk. It's way more useful than it sounds. Maybe I'm the real witch? Yeah, maybe. Maybe. And then Silver Knight, let's go. Well, Preach Health is on a 10-hour cooldown, but we'll Preach Health as soon as we're able. Resistance is down to 3.8. So, Gotkin's gonna join-ish soon. You're also... Okay. This is so weird. You have a tribal name, Squirrel, but you're not a tribal kid. Moro, I think, is a tribal kid? No? Still not? Even though you're Green Ant? I don't know. This is some weird children generation. That's all I'm gonna say. Green Ant and anything animal like squirrel and ant scream tribal, but they're a tribal genie? I don't know. It's so weird. Doesn't really matter. How's our water? We've got 2,000 liters. Cool. Other map. Oh, no. Was it? What map tile was that? Other map tile. Okay. Was kicked out of a genie compound? No, they weren't. I arrested them. They were not kicked out of anything. I murdered the adult they were escorting. And captured them against their will. Oh, why they have a tribal name? Yeah, maybe it was a captured tribal that was like geniified by the Empire or something like that. Alright, Silver Knight. Let's preach health to Fang. Yeah, which saw them exploded by an adult and intervened. Let me do that, please. Pretty good medical tend. So yeah, I think Fang will be fine. But obviously we're not going to be able to do bedroomy stuff for a bit. Because, oh. Okay. Do you want to lose your other foot? Go into your hospital bed. Oh, god damn it. Well, now that I have multiple people who are injured, why not just have more problems? Moro, run. Witch, Silver Knight, draft. Vermeer, come down here. And then, Turtle, Sandwich, you are going to escort me. So pop this open. Turtle Sandwich is the only animal that actually needs a ranch, so I can just leave the doors open, it's fine. Yeah, they don't really like each other. They'll get over it in time, I think. But it's been a right pain. Alright, so Turtle Sandwich doesn't know how to open doors. So as long as there's someone opening the doors for Turtle Sandwich should be able to attend this fight. All the more reason to deep freeze once I have the material. And a little Moro, a little 12-year-old girl with a charge lance. Straight up anime nonsense. Oh boy, that's a lot of mega spiders. Please, Turtle Sandwich, if you could move with any semblance of haste, that would be terrific. I'm going to use Combat Command. I think it's worth it. And I'm going to focus fire on the one in front that Vermeer is tanking. Oh, good. That mega went down. And now Turtle Sandwich, you take over. Vermeer back up, because Vermeer runs... oh, Vermeer's already knocked out. Alright, there are some egg sacs that are going to need to be cleared. Turtle Sandwich is like, oh, I'm on it! Ew, no, don't puke on me. No, 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 run. No acid spit. Watch where you shoot! Good. Okay. Problem solved. Turtle Sandwich. No longer drafted. Door no longer left open. No longer left open. No longer left open. Threat cleared. Robot's gonna need some love. But, it could have gone a lot worse. Plus, we'll have the mood benefit of clearing an insect hive. Just need to clean up all this garbage. Alright, patch up the dummy. Try to patch up that relationship. And then you yourself are going to need a place to lay down. Because we can't really patch you until you do that. So I'm going to have Witch lay in Fangface's bed for medical tending purposes. Also, Silver Knight, if you could finish off these bugs. They're not animals, they're bugs, they're different. And then you tend to Witch. Bugs are good for shambler food? They are. I don't want to have to keep repeating myself, because it's going to drive me mad, like angry mad, but I don't intend to prep ghouls until they're a bit more on my radar. It is not my priority, and I have the research, but really not the desire to ghoulify anyone just yet. So, while aware that baiting bugs for food supply for ghoul is like a viable strategy, it is not in the cards right now. It is not my priority. I work on that. And I do not have the capacity to set up a large enough freezer to work towards that at the moment. I'm making Chem feel with the bugs. Because we have power problems. We have power supply issues. And that makes the most... oh, come on. Oh, it's a different tile. Cool. That makes the most sense. Make sure the lights stay on. So, as far as ghouls are concerned, meat is meat. They can eat meat, they can eat corpses. You know, think of them as wargs. They have the same diet functionally as wargs. Fangface, why are you out of your hospital bed? I mean, I know we covered your bed in basically boiled corn. Milk and corn? I don't know why. But yeah, get back in bed, bud. Are we still under the Foggy Quest? No, you'd see it over here. We are not. If you're under a forced weather event, it says forced weather right there. FYI. It just happens to be raining. Witch is going to need to do some tree cuts. So I'm going to look to some of the fully grown toxivore trees nearby. And see to keep, thank you for the cheer. I appreciate it, my friend. I am very eager for Gawkin to join, so that I have less of a strain on Witch. It's been quite the strain. She's been basically holding on the fort for everybody. I'm going to ditch the Ratty Coat. She's not in a very good mood, and I really don't want to push it. Which means maybe moving the Tailor bench in here. I had it out here for skill grinding reasons, but if we have a Genie joining, I'm not going to worry about that as much. Because the Genie will probably be the... given that they're not capable of much else. Actually, they could fight with a gun. Or oh, no, not you. You could fight with a gun. But there's not a lot of shooting to be done unless we're getting raided, because there's no, like, animal hunting. So, I don't know. Transporter. Another transporter quest. Well, we know how the last one went. The one we were supposed to guard got in a physical fight with the one that was doing the guarding and then never exited the map tile in time. It was obnoxious. With that said, it's a really good source. I'm definitely going to accept it because it's, even if they don't survive, it's a really good source of components and plasteel and like another shuttle engine, which I can then sell. I should start selling. So what reward do you want? Honor, plasteel, or goodwill? It's up to you. But I'm definitely accepting it. Just I need to know for what reward. So honor, plasteel, or goodwill. And she's in another lab coat. All right, Fangface, how's your health? You're fine. I know you're not going to be much help. What's our honor level right now? 5 out of 6, freeholder. At 6 becomes novice. Alright, more are going in for lessons. I have 3 hours left to accept. It looks like we're accepting for honor. If their landing site is decent, I might help, but if they're down here, they're on their own. You know what? This actually might play to my advantage, because as long as Gello doesn't get involved with this fight, these turrets are likely to shoot whoever's coming to hunt them. Oh no, not if the cataphract. Never mind, the cataphract's gonna clear the sluggers for me. That works. So, okay, let's turn on the power. And they are coming from the south. Okay, there is 4 of them. They're brawlers. So I'm going to help out to try to protect for the honor. I do have the turret pack if I really need to. I think it's probably worth using if it comes down to that. But the cataphract should be able to hold them off so that we can take shots while not tanking. Hopefully. Yo, cataphract. Oh my god, I hate you, cataphract. Okay, let's deploy turret. This cataphract obviously does not care. Oh, already lost. You are the worst soldier in the world at level... You're 16 years old and you're still super idiot. There's no way I'm tanking for them. Nope, not tanking for them. I do not... no longer care what happens to them. I've already lost the honor because the cataphract hid behind everyone for this fight. So, have fun with that. It's bio-coated, obviously, the sword that is, so, you know, I'm sure people will go, oh, go get the sword! It's always bio-coated, guys. Always bio-coated. It's not directed to anyone. I just know it's going to be mentioned, and, in fact, you know what I need to do? I need to never allow bio-coated, even in my shelves, because I just don't have any use for it. So, Cataphract definitely died. And none of these guys are, like, of age for me to... Well, actually, you are. 17. 17, 1, 2. Technically, they could become a colonist, but a delicate fast walker... they have plants. Let's see. Let's see if I can capture them. Because they're within the age limit that Witch has set. And they do have a burning passion in plants. They probably have Wooden Hand, Stab Scar. I'm going to stop shooting at them. Alright, the other thing I'm going to do, the avoid zone can be changed because there's no longer mech hive. And then the pet hauling zone can be changed because there's, again, no longer a mech hive. Mech cluster, I should say, not hive. So... updated. Oh, you paid for me to drink? And Professor, thank you for the resub, by the way. Yeah, those quests, I even used a turret pack. Those quests just have not turned out well, huh? Animals. They should start hauling them to the corpse zone, good. And I guess we'll have some fine meals out of it. And I didn't get hurt, personally. So, death in 1 hour, I don't think I'm going to be able to save them. I'll try. I should have, like, been babysitting them, but chances are they're just going to bleed out. It's too many big bleeds. Yep. I don't want to watch them die, so I'm going to back off here. It wasn't, like, a perfect pawn, anyway. Wooden Hand makes them pretty useless as far as plant tending, unless I get a plant, crop hand, whatever it's called. So it was not a good match anyway. Yes, you are right. The outer door here is still shut. Let's get that back open. It hasn't been voted on that I work on defenses. It has been pulled, but not done. But I think Gakken's about to join. Yeah, 0.3. So as soon as Gakken joins, I intend, unless more things come up, for Witch to go out to an adjacent tile. Also, Fang, get back in bed. And Witch, you got tended. Yeah, Witch got tended. So this is Fang's bedroom. Caravan, yeah. It's a bionic that hells you, increases your plant tending. Which I'm a long way off from being able to install, because I would need fabrication, and then probably advanced fabrication, and then bionic, and then prosthetics, and then bionic replacements. And then, finally, after all of that, we would then get specialized limbs, which requires tech prints for the field hand. Not something we're even remotely close to, so not something I'm gonna worry about. Oh, what the? Okay. Well, I think I know who has some gray flesh here. So there's gray flesh, and yeah. So, for those that don't know, Witch finished analyzing the gray flesh sample. The sample carries the biosignature of chromadine 2N. And we could do, surgical inspections will not detect it. But yeah, I mean, we know who it is because of where it was. Noted. And if you're wondering about the gray flesh, it is, little spoiler, it's a metal horror incident. So Gakken here is infected with a metal horror. Like, I'm 99.999% sure, because the gray flesh was found in his cell. Or, yeah, his cell. So here's what I'm going to do. I have broken resistance, but I'm... So a metal horror, if you're wondering, you spread metal horrors around by sharing a bed, performing surgery, cooking a meal, and as long as those things are not done, Gakken will not spread the metal horror. So I can still recruit Gakken and just make sure that they don't ever cook or do medical tending, and they should keep the metal horror to themselves. It won't infect others. But I'll keep in the back of my mind, Gakken is a metal horror, and that thing's gonna burst out like a face hugger at some point. I feel lucky. Yeah, great. Metal horrors. Alright, Fang, how you doing? You are developed immunity? Okay. Oh, I know why you were getting out of bed, because I screwed up your bed rest. That's my fault. I apologize. Brainbug, thank you for the resub. The real worry, as Raven kind of pointed out, the fact that they're a genie is a pretty big disadvantage. Because if and when the metal horror bursts out, it doesn't take much for them to die. They die very fast. But they've joined Metal Horror Gakken. So, raffle timer's up. And... your name, your title right now is Metal Horror. Because that's what you are. So here we go. Priorities. You are never gonna doctor. You will never cook. You won't... no one needs to hunt. You will... craft. But you're too young to smith. So you're just basically a crafter for now. It's fine. Go look on the rabble. And you are protected to -18. Morrow at -31. So yeah, you're fine. You're not going to freeze. Can I take it out with surgery? Not yet, no. I just read you can't detect it. It's not detectable yet. So, no. Nothing can be done. It does make me a little worried about having Witch leave the map tile, knowing what Gakken is. But that's fine. Solve it later. So, Witch. I'm gonna go Caravan. Turtle Sandwich and you. I don't really need travel supplies. So, yeah, just go. Because you don't eat or drink. And Turtle Sandwich will graze. So. Have fun. Bring back a lot of components. I'm glad those turrets got cleared, because we exited south, which would have been a problem otherwise. The other thing I could do is move mech corpses in to the base because I do have a machining table and we can machine them later. So Witch is heading to go get components to help with our power grid because we're not going to be able to expand our power grid meaningfully without it, and we're down to 5 components and I don't have any to mine. So that's the current priority. You're actually just wondering about the mech corpses? Well, now you have your answer. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to have the children do more cleaning than hauling because they aren't very good haulers. And then we'll have the non-children do the hauling, not cleaning, because they're better at it. All right. We have an animal hauling spot there. That's fine. There is some gravelite panels that we might want. And then I guess we got some tox plums. I don't know why you dropped your... Well, I guess I brought the Earl as that's my fault. The only other thing I'm going to want to do is maybe cut down a tree for a horseshoe pin for a little bit of local rec. And then mine up all the compacted machinery so that we can build some stuff back home. There is all that gold, which I haven't forgotten about. You know, I don't want to go near that corpse. So mining up the gold might be a good idea too. It will dramatically ramp up the wealth of our home tile, which is a threat. That's potentially a danger. But maybe one I'm okay with. And we have a bulk trader coming in, and nobody here knows social. So I guess Silver Knight you get to trade, because it's not like anyone else can do it. Okay, raffle is to Joker. Joker the Metal Horror. Oh boy. A little worried about that. Now even more than before. Yeah. Yeah, the gold would make good tribute. It's one of the main reasons why I would want it. I have enough gold for like advanced components for a bit, but the tribute, the fact that it would be good for tribute is the primary factor here. And I'm just void filling in this. All right, Silver Knight, let's get trading. And I'm really hoping that they're able to like hold on the fort. So Intric Jelly is always good to sell because I'm not really relying on it as a recreation source. Old lab coat, wooden bed. And then, because for role-playing reasons, when Witch is away, the kids will buy chocolate. You better believe it. She's gonna be like, wait, where'd our silver go, guys? What happened to it? Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld the Boundless Witch, which originally streamed live on Twitch as a marathon. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, viewers like you that support the channel,
and everyone that made it out to the marathon in show of support. I hope to catch you on next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow survivors in the toxic wasteland.